I just want to let you know if you've never watched one of my videos before, this is a total joke. I do not act like this in real life. Okay, bye.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to I Lost My Keys. And in this episode in particular, we are exploring the Crucible and taking you on a journey. I'm your host, William Bennetti. And today, we'll be opening a pack of Keyforge, Age of Ascension. The purpose of this video is to show that you can be very boring and extremely snooty, sometimes even nauseatingly esoteric, even while playing Keyforge. If you are unfamiliar with the word esoteric, let me read the description of it for you. I have my portable dictionary right here. Esoteric, intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. An example of esoteric could be esoteric philosophical debates. Speaking of esoteric, do you know why the channel is named I Lost My Keys? Well, when you start a game of Keyforge, you don't have any forged keys. But if you win with that deck, now you have 3. But when you start a new game with that deck, you're back down to 0. As if you lost your keys. A perpetual, endless cycle of losing your keys. And thus, the meaning of life. Now that you understand the knowledge that I try and give on my channel, let's take a look into the Crucible a bit deeper with this Age of Ascension pack. Come, join us. Here's the deck. As you can see, it is a nice ocean blue. Some people mistake this for sky blue, but it is clearly ocean blue. Now, some people don't like Age of Ascension, which is a shame. It is a good set in certain regards, but sometimes the strength of these decks are not as strong as those of Worlds Collide or Mass Mutation. But does that make these decks really bad? I am not sure. But that is what we are here to discover today. Let's see what houses are in this deck in particular. We have logos, Mars, and Brobnar. We have for us today Dogmar, Lieutenant Red, Uberwald. A very nice Archon indeed. Notice how we have the board control from Brobnar, the possible Jenka combo in Mars, and the cycling of logos. This deck may hold wonders that only AOA could hold. So we are going to put the list card off camera. And the first card of this deck we have is Cowfine. Before fight, deal 2 damage to each neighbor of the creature Cowfine fights. Our next card is Drummernut, part of the Gangernut combo. Play, fight, reap, return a friendly giant creature to your hand. First Blood, Alpha. Play, deal 2 damage for each friendly Brobnar creature. You may divide this damage among any number of creatures. Foozle, Reap. If an enemy creature has been destroyed this turn, gain 1 amber. A second Foozle. Groggins. When Groggins is used to fight, it can only attack flank creatures. Pound. Play. Deal 2 damage to a creature with 1 splash. Burn the Stockpile. A very nice card to have. Play. If your opponent has 7 or more amber, they lose 4 amber. Gargantus Scrapper. Alpha. Play. If you have 3 or more amber, deal 3 damage to an enemy creature. This does bring down the value of this deck significantly, but we shall look past this card for now. Smith. This can help bring it back up. Play. Gain 2 amber if you control more creatures than your opponent. Very nice card. Barehanded, a very nice card. Play. Put each artifact on top of its owner's deck. Some very nice artifact control with barehanded. And Bellowing Patrizate. It's a bit of a tricky name to pronounce. While Bellowing Patty Cakes is ready, each creature takes 1 damage after it enters play. Binate Rupture, Alpha. Play. Each player gains 1 amber equal to the amber in their pool. Very nice with interdimensional graft. Hexbion, destroyed. Archive Hexbion and the top card of your deck. A second Hexbion. Lab Work, play. Archive a card. Titan Librarian, at the end of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on a flank, archive a card. Wild Wormhole, play the top card of your deck. Brain Eater, after a creature is destroyed fighting Brain Eater, draw a card. A second Brain Eater. Interdimensional Graft, we have ourselves a brig deck, my fellow companions. Play. If an opponent forges a key on their next turn, they must give you their remaining amber. Jargoggle, elusive, play. Put a card from your hand face down under Jargoggle. Destroyed. If it is your turn, play a card under Jargoggle, otherwise archive that card. Remote Access, play. Use an opponent's artifact as if it were yours. I can see a lot of artifact control in this deck. A second Remote Access, adding more to the artifact control I just mentioned. Glixel Proliferator, Reap. If Glixel Proliferator is on a flank, archive a Mars card from your discard pile. Mars Needs Amber, a very nice card. Play. Each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures 1 amber from their own side. Mindworm, elusive. Before fight, the creature Mindworm fights deals damage equal to its power to each of its neighbors. Sky Booster Squadron, Reap. Return Sky Booster Squadron to your hand. The Beam Buckler, play. Deal 2 damage to a creature and move it to either flank of its controller's battle line. Vizima Think Drone, Reap. You may archive a friendly creature or artifact from play. A second Vizima Think Drone. Hypno Beam, a very nice card. Play. Gain control of an enemy creature. The Zookeeper, elusive, Reap. Put an enemy creature into your archives. If that creature leaves your archives, it is put into its owner's hand instead. Custom Virus, Omni. Sacrifice Custom Virus. Purge a creature from your hand. Destroy each creature that shares a trait with the purged creature. Incubation Chamber, Omni. Reveal a Mars creature from your hand. If you do, archive it. Very nice card. And last but not least, Killzord Mark 9001. This creature gets +2 armor and +2 power. This creature gains Skirmish and Fight, gain 1 chain. A very interesting deck we have here. Now let's start off by counting the amber pips that this deck has for us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 amber pips. Definitely not a bad number. Let's count how many creatures we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, a very large creature count deck, but definitely good with the 11 Amber Pips. Let's look at this deck, house by house. We have Bellowing Patricia here, and she is a very interesting card. Definitely one that I have not had much experience with, but very interesting nevertheless. Barehanded is very amazing for the fact that you can just take all the artifacts off the board in one fell swoop. They will be on top of your opponent's deck though, and on top of your deck, but it's almost a way of controlling your opponent's efficiency, if you will. Smith, I do have a feeling, will go off. Burn the Stockpile is very nice in this deck, a very nice addition indeed. And the 2 Foozles can definitely gain you some amber. Let's look at the next house. Over in Logos, we have 2 Remote Access, which is very nice, but most importantly, we have ourselves a Brig deck. Brig stands for Binet Rupture, Interdimensional Graft. You can play Binet Rupture, give your opponent a lot of amber, and then take it for yourself. Other than that, we have 2 Hexbions, which I definitely like Hexbion as a creature. It is very fun. I also noticed we have a few ways of archiving cards. For instance, with the Hexbions, Lab Work, even Titan Librarian. And we also have some more cycling along the lines of Wild Wormhole and even 2 Brain Eaters. And Jargoggle can basically be used to house cheat a card into Logos if you would like. It is a very interesting card indeed. I must say I very much so like the Logos in this deck. But let's move on to Mars. We actually end up getting 3 rare cards in Mars, which is quite a lot. That's very interesting to have. We have some creature control here with the Zookeeper, but I will say you will be putting that creature into your archives. You do have a lot of archiving cards in Logos, so that might not be the best decision for you, but that is a decision you need to make when you're playing with this deck. Hypnobeam, though, is a very great form of creature control, considering you could just take a creature for yourself. Double Vizima is not exactly the type of creature I would want a double of, but they are nice nevertheless. The Beambuckler is alright. You definitely have a lot of Mars creatures, so you could end up doing a lot of damage to a creature. Mars Needs Amber is fantastic. It seems like there is a slight lack of amber control in this deck, so to have Mars Needs Amber is a really strong card. And obviously with the Proliferator, you can keep cycling back Mars Needs Amber. So overall, this deck looks very fascinating, and I'm very excited to try it out. Here's the list card for anyone who would like to see it. And let's log in this deck and see this deck's SAS for ourselves.
I just logged it in, and let's see what SAS score this deck has. 62. Not overly terrible. Definitely on the lower side, but I've seen worse. The Mars is a 19, the Logos is a 24, and the Brobnar is a 20. Very interesting. I did have a feeling this Logos would be slightly higher due to the Brig combo, but it seems that this deck does not have much amber control. Like I said previously, yes, like I thought, it only has 3 cards that deal with amber. For creature control, it has Hypnobeam, Zookeeper, Custom Virus, Beambuckler, Pound, Mindworm, Calfine, the Crapper, First Blood, and Patrazate. So not a whole lot of creature control either. But I did say that this deck would have amazing artifact control, and it does for sure. But that amber control and creature control do bring it down quite a bit. Its expected amber is pretty low as well, but it's not terrible, I'll say. And it has very good efficiency, I must say. And its effective power is decent as well. This deck shall be interesting to try out. I find it very amusing, and well, I'm very excited to see what this deck has to offer us. That is it for this episode of Exploring the Crucible with William Bennetti. In the next episode, I will play this deck on TCO, and we will see how it plays. Thank you for all the subscribers that have been subscribing. I'm extremely thankful to every single one of you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. But until next time, I will see you later. Goodbye.